Awesome date, February 23rd, 2009. Awesome topic. The World Warriors are back at it again. This is the OSMcast. Good evening, gentlemen and gentle ladies.
Yeah, like girls listen to us.
Shut up. This is the OSMcast. I'm Basil.
I'm DJ Anabito.
And I'm Lee.
And that's us.
Kinda.
Last week, we promised Lee had a story for us.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'll go get a soda. You guys tell the story.
Well, you see, it happened about almost 2 weeks ago. Don't give me that shit, James. I will kick you in the balls. Back to my story. It happened about 2 weeks ago. On my lunch break at work, I was going to Hobby Lobby to get a drawing pad because I do the art shit. I was, looking at the stuff, and I heard from an aisle over, a guy working there is like, "That's in the next aisle, ma'am." And the voice of the lady said, "No, it's not. I've looked already. Christianity must have made you stupid." Which is a great line right there. But I was like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, "No, it is over there." And the crazy lady who I got to see coming through the aisle went over and said, "Oh, yeah, the canvases are over here." And she was humming to herself and twirling a fake flower around. And I've honestly never met anyone more whacked in my entire life, which is what this experience was all boiled down to. So I thought, that's weird. And me and the guy at work there exchange a what the fuck look. So I go up into the payment line, wait in line. And the same crazy lady comes and stands right behind me. And starts chit-chatting with me. At first asking where I'm from. Seems pretty innocuous and all that shit. But then she goes, "Can I ask you a philosophical question?"
Philosophical?
Yeah, she has the same, she said it just like that. Okay. Fuck you, James. A philosophical question. Oh, man, she's like, "What if people were on a boat and they were about to die? Would God use black magic or white magic to save them?" I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what God would do. And she's like, "But I do because I'm an angel."
An angel.
And I was like, holy fuck.
Crazy go nuts.
I'm like, screw that. I use blue magic. I cast white wind.
Yeah, this is one of the opportunities where I wish I had, done more to screw with her and had asked her crazy questions. But I was just so shocked at the whole damn thing that I was just like, okay. And she was like, "I used to be the angel of mercy, but now I'm the angel of temperament. And what a temper I have." And I was like, okay. And I was like, so how does one change, what they work for? When I was trying to ask her, how do you change what kind of angel you are? But she took it as, "What do you mean, working for Satan?" And I should have said, "Yeah, working for Satan."
Man, I loved them Satans.
But no, instead I, played nice, and she said that, you just get promoted because she was tired of mercy. But the whole thing was she was the biggest whack job I've ever met, so it was quite fascinating.
I think, I may not have met that person, but I've met similar-minded people at some of our more local artsy-fartsy things.
Mm-hmm.
Like with this place called the Flying Monkey, which on Saturdays is their open art market thing, where random people just show up and fill the stuff with stuff to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they had to like buy spaces or they all just show up or what.
I think they have to buy spaces in like stores and set up that kind of thing for them.
But it's definitely one of those sort of hipster, kind of places. You can meet some interesting peoples there.
And before I forget, the last thing she said to me before I left was, "Oh, you better watch out for my husband. He's black. And I'm not talking about the color of the skin. I'm talking about his magic."
Oh, man.
And then I was just like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
And as always, well, not always, but for this podcast till the next one, we are running our contest. Where the idea is we try to convince you to talk to us. And we'll give you something for your efforts.
I've got 2 complaints with the contest, Basil. One, I think that it goes against everything a contest is to have a contest and not have the prize stated up front what it is.
It's true.
Because then there's no incentive to enter the contest.
Okay, and your second one is?
The second one is, we sound kind of whiny. Talk to us, please. Please talk to us.
Okay, I have figured out the prize.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bowl of dicks.
No.
A bag of dicks?
Maybe.
It's a bag of dicks.
Man, I'm glad.
If you want a bag of dicks, holla at the OSMcast.
Man, after this OSMcast, I'm going to make sure I still have mine and that you guys didn't harvest it.
A bit late for that.
Oh, shit.
More importantly, I actually got an email. So,
Oh,
it
shit.
worked.
It's working.
Anyways, the prize of the contest is we are going to the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention, aka MTAC, and for that I thought it'd be kind of cool to make some OSMcast t-shirts. So I figured what we'll do is the prize, I'll pay for an extra one to be made, and we will send it the winner's way.
I see.
Sounds like a plan.
So they're going to get a limited edition, currently one-time printing only OSMcast t-shirt.
And a bag of dicks.
And a bag of dicks.
That's right.
And possibly,
you love your dicks.
And possibly also, was it a touching Douglas's butt?
Hot dickings.
Eric doing something, I don't know.
Just giving them away. Hot dickings.
Bag of dicks not is sold in all states. See back label for details. Some restrictions may apply.
No, but really, you'll get an OSMcast t-shirt. And there's a few ways you can do this. One, the easiest way for most people, as far as I can tell, is you leave a comment in the comment section. Or pop us an email at awesomecast@gmail.com. Or you can give us a call on the Awesome Line. Area code 206-202-0071.
Awesome line.
But, like I said, someone actually sent us an actual email with, an actual question by a Mr. Jamal Jones. So thank you. This is going to be awesome.
Oh, wow.
He says, "Hello, OSMcast crew. I was wondering if you guys had a game that was raped by the gaming press, but you loved. For me, that would have to be God Hand for the PS2. Clover's swan song was essentially Fist of the North Star, the game. It was so very over the top with its characters, setting, and difficulty, yet never takes itself too seriously. It's a fun game, but I can see why some people don't like it. It still doesn't deserve the score of 3.0 from IGN, though. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Keep it up, guys."
Oh man, a friend of mine on the net loves that game and is always talking to me about that game. But I have yet to play it myself.
It's in my pile of shame of the games that I buy, and I fully intend to play. A little I played was pretty fun.
You never will.
We'll get to it. But I was thinking about what he's mentioning, you know, games that aren't lauded by the press or get crapped by the press. And
Oh, I know a few of those that are like Mystery Dungeon, Shiren the Wanderer, or any roguelike, especially the hardcore ones, the mainstream critical, the critics hate them, and for good reason, because they're hardcore. But,
Hardcore Pokemon Mystery Dungeoning.
oh, I ain't
All up
talking
in
about that
shit.
damn Mystery the Pokemon. I'm talking about the real roguelites where you die and you lose all your experience and everything.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
yeah,
He's
but
hardcore like
made
that.
for men.
But
Not
yeah,
Pokemon.
of course the critics hate those, and most people hate those. But of us hardcore that like them, you know, we have to deal with them being reviled by the press.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeons.
Not the Pokemon! I will shave...
It's okay, Lee.
I will shave your eyebrows off.
So what game do you like, Mr. Inabito, that the gaming press hates?
It's actually my favorite game ever. Superman 64 is the best game in the entire fucking world, and no one likes it.
Why is it such a great game?
It's a great game. You get to fly through rings and pick up cars with crappy N64 graphics. I mean, great N64 graphics.
Fuck you, James. Be serious here.
You can fly through some rings. It's awesome!
Man, you
You
can't...
know what else you can fly through some rings? Lair. God.
I haven't played Lair, so I don't
Lair
fucking
is
know.
horrible.
Oh
My God.
Oh.
I once used it to test out a PS3 and I felt worse for myself afterwards.
I don't know. I only play good games, so...
Wait, you mean you only play games that are lauded by the critics as the best things ever?
Like Superman 64.
But no, I was thinking about what he was talking about. My first thought was actually Lost Odyssey, because it wasn't really panned, but it wasn't really lauded either. It more or less hit sort of middle of the road from everybody. And it's really kind of weird because Tales of Vesperia was pretty well accepted by the press. And I always hear people's biggest complaint, especially in reviews and stuff, about Lost Odyssey is that, it's just yet another RPG. The biggest complaint I already hear about Tales game is, it is just another Tales game.
The elements of the story are pretty generic, like the big bad empire and all that from Tales.
It's true.
Vesperia.
Well, what I don't get is that the biggest complaint about Tales is that it's a Tales game.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest complaint about Lost Odyssey that it's a standard Japanese RPG.
In other words, not a Tales game?
Well, it's a genre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's a good example of its genre, and honestly, the best example of that Squaresoft-esque style.
Which is what they were going for.
Until you see Final Fantasy 13. Like, there's no other game in that kind of style that you can find on next-gen system, or even recently.
What about Final Fantasy 12?
Well, there was Final Fantasy 12 like a year or two ago.
Well, that's true.
But, Lost Odyssey was just last year, but it never really took off. Yet a Tales game did, and I'm not quite sure why. Like, I'm wondering if maybe because the only Tales game to really make its big splash in America was Symphonia, which was on sort of last year's the GameCube. So maybe people aren't quite burnt out on the Tales series like they possibly could be on RPGs.
I think it also helped that Tales had an established, it had established history, and while a lot of famous people worked on Lost Odyssey, nobody was really, it wasn't part of a series. The only thing that came before it was Blue Dragon, which was also panned, so...
Well, I guess first Blue Dragon isn't quite as interesting as Lost Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Lost Odyssey, you could have named it Final Fantasy 13 and people would have believed you.
Yeah.
Like, and I really actually feel like it is the missing
11.
Missing 11. Because I feel that you could totally see from 10 what the guy would have made if he had made Final Fantasy 11. Lost Odyssey is that game. I'm also wondering maybe if the hardcore moved on to Persona as their RPG de jour, and instead of another Squaresoft style game.
Well, I wouldn't think that just on my own. Looking online and reading God, what's that? Some of the RPG review sites, they all put Persona 3 as their favorite of the year or whatever. So,
well, at the time, I think Persona 3 was the best RPG of its year, which is 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Lost Odyssey isn't quite panned. It just wasn't given its. I don't want to say due praises, but it wasn't quite as well received as I thought it might have been.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it's a very step up from Lost Odyssey. Cut that out. It's a big step up from Blue Dragon. Mm-hmm. Now, the game I really think that fits this bill perfectly is a game that everybody hated except me.
What was that?
Senko no Ronde.
I never played that. What is that?
I liked it okay.
What was it?
I didn't hate it.
It was, or as Ubisoft published it as Vortex Senko Ronde.
Yeah.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
It's the most niche game ever.
It really is. Oh my god.
Okay.
A fighter shmup.
Yeah, it's a shoot 'em up versus game. Let me explain. It's by some guys known as G-Rev, which, if you are a hardcore shoot 'em up guy who lives in Japan, I'm sure that name means something to you. I'm kind of a casual shoot 'em up fan, so the names like Under Defeat and Border Down really never meant much to me.
What?
I also didn't own a Dreamcast, so...
I didn't get the chance to play Under Defeat until about a year or two ago, and that thing's actually really nice.
That's what I've heard.
I highly recommend it if no one's played it yet.
But I'm pretty sure that that's also G-Rev. And I think that's their...
It seems to be like G-Rev and Crave seems to be the biggest shmups.
Oh, I've heard of Crave.
Crave releases like 3 a month.
And Senko no Ronde is a series that's, I guess, at least decently well known in the arcades of Japan. Mm-hmm. But America's has no clue. Yeah. And what it is a shoot 'em up style game with controls. So you have a ship, you have special powers, you shoot lasers at other ships. The trick is that you don't go through levels. It's a versus one-on-one game where you fight another ship as a shoot 'em up game that also includes optional controls for a fighting game. Like you can do like quarter circle forwards and stuff and unleash extra special attacks. There's even a thing where you go into boss mode where you actually turn into a giant in-game style boss and try to defeat your opponent. It's incredibly interesting, and if you have someone to play against, it's really fun.
It's also got great characters. At least I found them interesting.
And it's got sort of a story and a goofy anime-esque sci-fi story that strings you along that sort of makes sense, sort of doesn't, but you really don't care. Much like all fighting games and shoot 'em up games.
It's true.
The trick is, unless you have a friend to play with, the AI can get kind of boring. And again, it's an incredibly niche title because you've got the fighting game niche, like Street Fighter and King of Fighters and whatnot, and then you have your old school classic shoot 'em up genre guys, and they don't always cross and intersect.
And they have to really enjoy the game.
And this one requires you to be both a fighter fan and a shoot 'em up fan to really enjoy this game. And unfortunately, while it does have Xbox Live, you try to find someone to play with on this game because you're not going to. And chances are, if you do, they're from Japan, laggy as hell, and they're way better than you.
Obviously, that's how it is with Japan.
Because I tried when this game first came out. The only people I could find to play were Japanese. They were way better than me, and my character would move for a moment, and I'd die.
Man, I'm going to try and get on Xbox Live with that now.
But whenever I've dragged my friends, like, hey, we should play this game, we've always had fun.
I enjoyed it.
And I think Ubisoft's big thing, what they really should have done, was this was a disc retail game, which they charge $60 for. And let me tell you, no matter how good I think this game is, I paid $60 and enjoyed it. No one in their right minds probably would pay $60 for this game, especially from a license that no one's ever heard of before, a developer that only certain people know. Guess what? We're the ones that already bought the game, and we were like the few hundred copies that probably sold. Nowadays you can find it, the game, still possibly brand new, at like GameStops for like $5 or $10. And for that, it's totally worth it. But it's one of those games. It's a well-made game for what it's trying to do, much like God Hand, which is a really great beat-em-up, but never got... I think it's as good as, what I've played. It's right there like God of War, Devil May Cry, and other things. It's a really, really good beat-em-up game. And this is a really good, shoot-em-up versus title. It might be the only one in its, genre, but it's cool. I think had they put this out as an Xbox Live Arcade title for like $10 or $20, I think it would have done really well. Because the graphics are good, the music's good, but I don't think it's quite enough. I'm sure they could have shrunk it down file-wise into something that you could put on Xbox Live Arcade. Because, like I said, it's a versus title. There's not a lot of it's complex gameplay. There's not like a complex levels or anything. It's all one versus one. Mm-hmm. I bet it would have done way better that way, but I'm not the one who published it.
Yep.
Or developed it. So, but it was known as Wartech. Most people know it as Senko no Ronde. It's good stuff. Totally recommend it.
I didn't even realize it was an IP of some sort. I just
Well,
Wartech Senko no Ronde.
Well, Senko no Ronde's is an arcade game series thing that they've been doing.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. Is my point.
Well, yeah, no one's ever only reason why I know is that an old coworker of mine, who at one time he sold most of his stuff off, but he was he was probably in the running for largest Saturn collection ever in the world. Mm. He had like a full run of the American, almost full run of Europe, and almost a full run, possibly full run of Japan. All the games. He owned 32 Saturns. The man is a shoot 'em up fiend.
32 Saturns?
Yeah, 32 Saturns.
Why the hell would you have 32 Saturns?
He collected them.
31 backups.
I got you.
And some of them were like the really expensive Navi Saturns that had GPS units built into them that sell for thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah, the man was...
What is there a GPS unit in a Saturn?
I just know that these things exist.
Okay.
I don't try to explain these things. I just know they're there.
But you hold all the answers, Basil. You're supposed to know this shit.
Next time I'll ask him.
That's right.
I'll ask him.
You son of a bitch.
Because chances are we might actually have him for possibly the Retro Game Challenge podcast.
Which is next week, week after next?
It's coming up.
Probably next week.
We'll see. I'm also possibly going to ask him in for possibly a Lost Odyssey podcast if someone else would play it.
I'll play it eventually.
That's what I always hear. Lost Odyssey is also good. If you have a 360, those are both great games.
And you have 120-something hours to sink into it.
It's not that long. You need like 60 hours.
Okay, 60 hours.
60 hours. Come on.
Shit.
That's not that bad, right? Right? So, alright, so, first email, guys. That wasn't like spam.
I prefer the Viagra advertisements.
Nah, man. Mr. Jones has got it going on.
Look at this. Wait. I want to notice something. This guy's username for his email. Let's see if I can find it. Where'd you put that email?
I got it over here.
This guy's username for his email.
But don't say the full thing.
I'm not, but his username is Jamal the Cheater. He's cheating to win this contest, I'm sure.
He could be.
He could be. It might be a bot sending us an email about our contest. Jamal, you're disqualified.
No, you're not. He's lying.
I'm fucking disqualified, you fucking bot.
He honestly asked an actual question. So even if he is a bot...
How could a bot ask an actual question like that?
I don't know about this technology. It just happens.
And hey, he's got this this blog, which I checked, and he's apparently some guy from Texas. And there's actual blog posts on it. I don't think he's a bot.
It's an advanced bot.
It's a very advanced
blog
bot.
posting.
Jamal,
bot.
you are a very advanced bot.
The bot wins the t-shirt.
The bot might just win the t-shirt.
You guys are so nice to our fans.
I know.
Hey, it says in his email that he is a cheater.
Well,
I gotta get it right here.
Well, you can't judge a book by their email.
I bet he looks like Johnny Five from Short Circuit.
Right now, he's in his secret Texan buggering. Ah, crap! They're on to me. Ah, crap!
The OSMcast is gonna get denial of service so soon.
Oh God! We like you, Jamal. Okay, so
Cheater.
And I'm going to cheat by saying we're moving straight on to the world of awesome. David Hayter might be writing the Metal Gear movie once more.
He might be writing it?
Well, he's a screenwriter. I mean,
That's funny, because he's a screenwriter and the voice actor, so he's way involved.
He's wrote screenplays for things like, the upcoming Watchmen flick. He worked on the script. He worked on the script for some of the X-Men movies.
It might be better than Hideo Kojima working on it. Might make sense after that.
Well, one of his interviews said he thought he could do a better job. But anyways...
Oh, snap.
For a while they were saying no. But apparently in recent comments he said, the story's not over yet. The development of any movie is never done until it's done. There have been some conversations of late that might resurrect the possibility of me doing the film, which I would love to do. But until it happens, there's not much point in saying anything publicly. I'll just stir the waters a bit and see how it comes together. Had a pretty interesting conversation about a week and a half ago, so we'll see.
Uh-oh.
So,
Metal Gear.
we'll see what goes. I mean, he did point out that, he's been doing the role of Solid Snake and Naked Snake and other snakes for, on 10 years now. He's played through all the games. He's voice acted all the games. He's a very accomplished screenwriter and actor. He could be the best person for the job.
Would he be able to actually act as Solid Snake too? I kind of doubt that, but maybe.
I don't know. I honestly think that I personally think that he could pull off the job.
Mm-hmm.
I think he looks enough like Snake that they could, with the right makeup and whatnot, they could whip him into shape, and I think he could do a fine job.
Well, that would be the ultimate thing ever, actually having the guy that did the voice to voice act, to act as the actor. That'd be awesome.
It would be, so we'll just have to see.
At least he's fully involved in it. I mean, if anyone knows Snake, I'm sure David Hayter does know Snake.
I am no David Hayter hater.
And look out, Blizzard fans.
Oh, God.
Because on an official post
From Tagoli
in Battle.net forums,
whatever.
on the official Battle.net forums, apparently they noticed their inability to hit release dates. But they're not offering a solid release date for StarCraft 2. However, they did say hang in there. We're in the final stretch. So, hey guys, they're in the final stretch.
So we'll have it in like 5 years?
Yeah, possibly.
From your insider information from your secret sources, GameStop, does they have a release for the pre-orders or anything?
According to GameStop, and this changes like every day, last time I looked, it was sometime in June. I don't actually expect that.
That ain't happening.
I'm seeing much more closer possibly in the holiday season. But I'm sort of thinking, if they're saying, stuff like final stretch, I think they might have entered one of their another beta period where their betas are getting more and more finalized.
Mm.
I have a feeling I would not be surprised if it came out holiday this year.
Man, it better be awesome or I'm going to lose my faith in Blizzard.
That'll never happen. As soon as it comes out, you'll play it, you'll love it.
Then there's Universe of StarCraft, which will suck us in for 8 more years.
That's right.
Identify target.
Man, Blizzard, speaking of like MMOs, you need to get some more authenticators so I can buy one. So I'm not worried that my account's about to get hacked. So everyone we've known who plays World of Warcraft has had their account hacked.
Some twice.
Some getting hacked while they're on the game.
Look what happened to me. That was awesome. I'm sitting there with my Blood Elf at 1 in the morning on Saturday. All of a sudden, you have been disconnected from the server. Try to log back in. This password does not match. Oh, shitballs. That was fun.
That is
a bunch of shit.
So how's your authenticator working?
My authenticator is working fine now. I managed to snag one from a coworker, and it seems to be working okay.
That's good.
It's pretty neat. It has a little code that changes every minute that you have to enter that's assigned to your account.
So did you lose anything during that last hack?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess
lost every goddamn thing.
I guess obviously. But.
The GMs at Blizzard are actually pretty good about that, though. Is they'll get your stuff back to you pretty quickly. You may not get everything, but they like to give you your initial equipment within a good time, within a day of you submitting the ticket. That hey, my stuff has been hacked. Please help me out here, and they'll usually send what gear you had on and that kind of thing. And for gold and other stuff, it takes a little while longer.
In other news, apparently, Nintendo has dumped some more money into something known as Project Sora. Now, we don't think it's Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Really? Well, if it's Nintendo, then they wouldn't be dumping money into Kingdom Hearts.
Project Sora stems from Sora, which is a studio that the guy who made Kirby and Smash Brothers, Masahiro Sakurai, he left Nintendo to form his group known as Sora, and his own little development studio. Well, Nintendo is just, dumped $2 billion into him.
Are you sure it's into him and not into some other unrelated project that's also named Sora?
No, they're calling it Project Sora, but they're dumping money into his company called Sora.
Okay, I gotcha.
So we're pretty sure that he's probably doing something for Nintendo, but he's already announced that's not another Smash Brothers game. And since his last two major, 3 games that he made were all Smash Brothers titles, it'll be interesting to see what he actually comes out with. But he's known how to make good games. I mean, he made the first few Kirby games, and all the Smash Brothers have been good, so it probably will be good, good stuff. Now, what may not be so good stuff is the Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li movie.
God.
The one where Chun-Li's not actually Asian at all?
Who is this white bitch? Why is she playing Chun-Li? I don't get it.
I mean,
where are her thighs?
I mean, I know.
Thighs, hello.
I know I would hope we have come far enough where we can watch a movie that's not starring a white person. I'd hope we've come that far.
No.
I guess I'm wrong. I guess I'm wrong.
As long as Jean-Claude Van Damme is in this one, I think all would be forgiven. And they raise Raul Julia from the dead to play M. Bison. That might be forgivable.
That would be... if they could raise just Raul Julia from the dead, that'd be just impressive on its own. But we're not expecting that, and it's not looking good. Looks like 20th Century Fox is going, yeah, not so much with the screenings, guys. You're going to have to... if you want to review the movie, you got to watch it when it comes out like everybody else. Which usually means the movie sucks.
Yeah. It's going to suck. It's going to be a travesty.
But if we had lived in Japan, we would at least get a quick, before the movie started, we'd get a cute little Sakura anime thing.
And we're not even getting that.
Now, apparently, they've announced...
we're not even getting that!
That's right. We're
not even getting that.
Apparently, Japan...
calm down, buddy.
their Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li, they're getting a new animated short that's going to star Sakura. The character from that sort of follows her around like a little fangirl, and as long as moves. It's being animated by Studio 4C.
We're not even getting it.
Who did the animations for the game that are the sort of post-story and after, beating the game, clips, as well as the Street Fighter 4, the Ties That Bind promo film that came with the collector's editions, which we'll talk about a little bit. They're doing the animation for it, so it's probably going to be at least pretty decent. And we're not getting it.
We're not even getting it!
Like,
Lee's a bit of a weeaboo if you haven't figured that out.
No, like we aren't weeaboos in one way or another. But it would have been nice if we got, a subtitle version or something, something that would at least, look decent before we watch the travesty of the, the white, non-thigh Chun-Li edition.
Oh, my Chun-Li.
I don't get that.
How they have sullied you. Makes me sad. Anyway, I'd like to point out something I found called Slide America. It's a documentary on drift culture in America, and it's basically these guys from Atlanta. They pile in a van and go to 20 cities across the United States. It starts in Atlanta and it ends in California. And I think it's awesome, and I think everyone should check it out. You can go to slideamerica.com or driftmechanics.com, and you can see some in real life Initial D action, and I think it's pretty cool.
But anyways, tonight's topic of conversation is Street Fighter 4.
I feel it all around me. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. It's my destiny. There's no
So, do we really need to go through the history of Street Fighter?
Probably not. If you don't know the history of Street Fighter, you're probably not going to be listening to this anyway.
It's a series where people beat the shit out of each other virtually.
And if you don't, that doesn't tell you anything, maybe Hadouken will,
I'll
rebel.
duke you.
I mean, Street Fighter is sort of one of the hallmarks of video gaming.
It's true.
I mean, it pretty much created the entire, versus, fighting game genre.
I know some nerdy people who would say Yi Air Kung Fu did it first.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
It was
Street
first,
Fighter.
but Street Fighter established it.
Street Fighter 2 established it.
Yeah.
Street Fighter, no one gave a crap
It's
about.
just like how Super Mario Brothers, established the platforming genre. Either they're platformers beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then we got a bunch of revisions of that. And then they finally gave us Street Fighter 3, which is a great game that no one played until way later.
Yeah, oddly enough.
And I love me.
I didn't get to play it until I went to an arcade in Orlando one year. And didn't really seriously play it until a couple of years ago.
But yeah, before Street Fighter 3, we got all the alpha stuff.
That's also true.
I remember that.
But apparently they weren't even planning on even making a Street Fighter anything anymore. They were just going to constantly remake the older stuff until they released a version of Street Fighter, not the Turbo Remix, but Hyper Fighting, which was just using the old sprites on 360. And it did so well, they were like, maybe we should make a new Street Fighter.
And this was after 3, right?
This is way after 3.
This is way after 3. This was on Xbox Live Arcade.
Right.
3's like almost like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like 3 is old as old as dirt as far as most video
3
games.
is hella old. It's been a while since we've had a real Street Fighter sequel.
And it is. And I think it's the only one that's really. I mean, I think Capcom's really turned Street Fighter 4, at least for its launch, as sort of an event.
Yeah, well, of course, you've got this legacy for this game, and they've got to bring it in with a bang, and they've got to hype it all up, and they succeeded in that, actually. And I think it brought a lot of new players into the Street Fighter verse, I guess I would say it.
Well, I mean, beforehand, when say like Dead or Alive came out or Virtua Fighter came out, Hori would just make their same arcade stick over and over again. When they made, Wii arcade stick, they've used the exact same style as their 360 stick. They just changed the button colors and the output. But Capcom, of all people, teamed up with Mad Catz and released a line of controllers.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would spend $150 on a Mad Catz product and it'd be the best arcade stick I've ever played with in my life.
Because if you know anything about Mad Catz, in the past, Mad Catz has been synonymous with sucking like shit. But
Does shit really suck that much?
yeah, shit.
Well, shit can suck, I guess. I mean...
How many shits could a shit suck?
You fucked it up.
I fucked up my own.
But we're full of profanity in this OSMcast here today, folks.
Obviously. But seriously, I mean, they released the Street Fighter 4 tournament stick, limited edition thing. It's $150. You probably can't find it anymore, but I reserved it, so I got one.
There was a run of 3, and Basil has one.
They
That's
have
right.
a lesser non-tournament one for like 90 or 80, don't they?
It's like $80, which is a little bit easier to get a hold of. But this one, they used the same Sanwa parts. As far as I know, it's the same. I know there's Sanwa, and Sanwa is like the guys you go to buy arcade parts.
Yeah.
Like the sticks and the buttons and whatnot. And I think they use the same ones they use in the arcade cabinets.
They are.
And the tournament stick.
You buy that tournament edition stick, you're buying what's on the arcade machine, basically.
Which is
Like,
pretty darn awesome.
They set the buttons in the same way. They made sure the artwork looks very similar to what you would see when you would step up to the arcade machine.
It's pretty epic.
It's a nice heavy stick. It controls like a dream. Everything just feels correct. And I've talked to some folks who actually got to play on the arcade machine. They were like, "This is like playing on the arcade machine." when I thought it was really cool. But while that's super expensive, well, it was also related to $80 version, which uses Mad Catz parts. The thing that they did was they made both sticks incredibly easy to mod.
Mm-hmm.
What they did, if you pop open the stick, there's actually sort of almost like a switch box, a fuse box, where all the buttons are connected to, and it's really easy to just pull out the fuse or whatever the connector, buy a new set of buttons or whatever, pop the old ones out, pop the new ones in, and just connect them to the switch box, and you're done.
Unlike this Hori controller, which is like all sealed into itself.
Sealed and soldered, and
Yep.
So when it dies, it's dead.
Yep.
but this one, if you say your button starts sticking, you can just open it up, pop out the buttons, pop in new ones, you're done.
I have
It's
heard
a bit
reports,
harder than that, but you know.
I have heard reports of the normal non-tournament edition with problems with them, of the joystick and some of the buttons starting to stick.
Well, it is Mad Catz parts.
True.
Well, yeah, it's not, but you know, and when the Turn 6 launched, there were some kerfluffles where they were some of the people who were actually, while the engineering for the sticks are very good, the actual plants where they were putting them together, some of the plants were a little bit better at actually doing it than others,
Right.
and so a lot of people got sticks that were defective.
If I'm paying $80 for a joystick, I want it to be damn good.
Well, especially $150 for a joystick.
Well, yeah, but
Now,
we had less problems with those.
For what I understand is, Mad Catz is doing a very good job of, fixing all these problems.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good because, Lord knows, if you try to take it back to a retailer, you're never going to get one again.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's good. They also released some fight pads, which I haven't tried yet. But they're sort of the same similar style as a Saturn joypad, where they've got that, sort of the,
Where they take the
They've got the
shoulder
6-button
buttons.
layout.
Yeah.
Is that
Instead
the-
of...
and sort of the floating D-pad.
Yeah.
As there's major types of D-pads. There's the ones that are just like the actual D-pad's just sort of there, kind of like a Super Nintendo controller, or better known as how the PlayStation do their controllers, where you get the D-pads there, but they're all like individual clickable buttons.
It's like a solid cross.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way.
Whereas a floating D-pad, which is what Saturn has, whereas you sort of got this disc that can move in all the directions, but it's sort of floating on the top of the controller. It's not quite embedded into it. And the floating style is what they're using. A really crappy example of the floating style is the 360 D-pad.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this one is a good example of the D-pad, like the Saturn was, which was awesome. But yeah, and they made these sticks because Street Fighter 4 came out. And I thought that was really interesting. They commissioned Studio 4C, who has done anime for years, to make, the openings and endings for all the various character storylines in the game. And then, just for limited editions of the game, they made a 1 hour, movie.
Yep.
That's only limited editions. That's a prequel to tell you the story of what's going on in Street Fighter 4. How many video games do you see them do that? I mean, you've seen things like Dot Hack where they'll do a TV show.
But that's its own mark.
But yeah, but they're trying to market it as its own separate product. This was just hey, here's an awesome Street Fighter thing for all the Street Fighter fans.
Yeah.
Which they might package later on, but for right now, the only way you can do it is if you got a limited edition, collector's edition of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really, really neat of them, and it's sort of I think it raises the overall level of the brand better because there's all these things. I mean, the weekend after the game came out, they've already started the national tournament and wear it at all the GameStops, so people can see people playing this game and can try it out, so they'll buy it. I mean, it's not quite the media blitz that Halo has. It feels much more homegrown to it. Much more, I mean, they did several websites that were all very much like Street Fighter's cool, but they're done by fans. It really feels like they're turning this sort of into an event, but it's a milestone. It's not like, oh, well, Halo 3's got a lot of marketing push behind it. It feels like, oh man, it's a new Street Fighter.
Exactly.
As opposed to 3, which pretty much got jack.
Yeah, it did get jack.
It got jack. No one heard about it.
It deserves so much better.
It did.
Well, one of the primary ideas of 3 was a complete reset of the Street Fighter universe as we knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, they weren't even planning to bring back Ryu. They eventually decided they would just bring him back, and that was it. And every other character was brand new because they wanted to restart everything from scratch. They thought that 3 should be a restart.
Mm-hmm.
And much like Street Fighter 2 was a complete restart from 1.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was no one knew any of the characters. And so you started to see a few more like Akuba show up and Chun-Li show up, but still, the bulk was people no one had any clue who they were. And a lot of people want that familiarity.
Which is why 4 has most of the 2.
4 has all
Everybody.
the original classics. The
Yeah.
original 12.
Well, I meant most of, as in, out of all the characters, most of them could be found in 2.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you've got the original 12, 4 brand new people, just like, how Super Street Fighter had 4 new people.
Mm-hmm.
You had a few from Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 of the, 2 of the ones from Super, as well as, the original 12, and, so you've got a very good mix of old and new and slightly
Except
less
none
old.
from Third Strike.
Sadly, no, there aren't any Third Strike characters.
I
There's no
wanted
Makoto,
Makoto.
there's no Oro,
No Dudley.
no Dudley.
Dudley
Balrog is not Dudley, sorry.
Dudley is so much more awesome than Balrog, in
He
my
is.
personal opinion.
Well, also remember that timeline-wise, Street Fighter 4 takes place in between Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
So in theory, the people of Street Fighter 3 haven't made their appearance yet. Now,
True
I
enough.
think it'd be kind of neat if they did Street Fighter 5, where they include people from Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 3
That would be
as
awesome.
a mix.
Man, at least I didn't, title, Street Fighter 4 as Street Fighter Street Fighter Beta, because it's not Alpha.
Just wait. Just wait.
We'll get a Street
We're
Fighter
going to get a
Beta.
Street Fighter 4 Turbo. We're going to get a Street Fighter 4 Champion Edition.
Well,
Super duper Street Fighter 4 Hyper Fighting, whatchamacallit.
Well, Street Fighter 3 only had 3 different iterations, so I'm interested to
Yeah.
see how many this will have.
It's true.
Well, I know that they've already announced DLC for it, besides just costume packs, and one of them is the Championship Edition pack, which will allow you to save and replay matches, as well as a better system for selecting your opponents. And I think something else, but it's stuff that's supposed to make it more tournament friendly,
They need to
especially online.
They need to add it online where you can have rooms instead of just this one-on-one bull crap.
Yeah, we've been playing it online, and I haven't been able to figure out a way to get multiple people on one game. Like, you know how HD and Hyper Fighting had quarter mode or player match where you could wait in line, watch other people play, and then you could play. All I've found so far online is one-on-one matches. You can't get into a lobby with more than one person.
Which is lame because I've had the most fun with HD, getting online. James will be in one room and I'll be in the other, and we'll play a bunch of people online, and I have a blast that way.
Yeah, it's definitely makes it feel more like an arcade that way, and you get to watch other people play. That definitely makes you a better player in general if you get learn tactics and things like that from other people.
I do like how you can set up so while you're playing the arcade, someone can jump up and challenge you while you're playing the arcade mode, and it's just like if someone were to had pressed the start on another controller while you're there.
Yeah, that I like. I do like that a lot.
But wouldn't it be annoying if you're about to beat, Seth, and all of a sudden somebody pops up?
You are, and you can go in and turn that off in the options.
Well, yeah, but if you now say if you turn on the options and you get the Seth, and then suddenly someone pops up, well, you did make yourself available.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of your fault, which I fixed by unplugging my router. So I automatically was in line, finished my fight, then turned it off.
Nice. I just went and turned it off when I was trying to unlock characters and things like that.
It's true.
Does it happen a lot? I mean, when you're playing, how often are
Oh, it happens about every other match.
It happens like every other match. Sometimes several times in the same match.
Yeah. One
Like
time
it.
I got through one round, and then they started flooding in.
What happens if you lose to the other person?
You can stick around and fight each other. You can go back to the arcade mode.
Yeah, whenever you're done, it just plops you back where you left off. Now, what sucks is, say, you beat your match, and then right as you're about to move off the screen, you get challenged.
Yep.
Because then that match never counts. And
Yep.
your win didn't count. So you just have to fight that same guy over again.
Wow.
Which, that's what happens.
And if anyone's playing online that's listening to this podcast, you fuckers pick someone that's not Ryu or Ken.
Or Akuma.
I don't care about Akuma. I played tonight, I fought Ryu, Ken, Ryu. In that order. In every match I played. Pick a character. Play Chun-Li. Play El Fuerte. Play fucking Zangief. I don't care.
Man.
Get out of your box.
I know they'd never do it because Ryu and Ken are are two of their biggest selling points of the game. But to have a game without any Shoto dudes would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're the standard, man.
I know.
Well, remember, the entire game is based around Ryu.
Well, yeah.
That's
Ryu's the main character,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, that's what I was saying. They could never do it. It would be interesting.
So maybe we should go back to the base is what Street Fighter 4 really is.
People beating the shit out of each other
Well,
with superpowers.
It's true.
It's very much still the same as Street Fighter 2 as far as the basic. You move left to right, you use button combinations, all that. They've added some features from 3 and added some advanced things.
I was reading some reviews of it online, and I'd like to say that it does play more like Third Strike than it does.
Oh, really?
In my opinion, it does.
Mm-hmm.
In the way it combos and cancels and all
that
the
is
technical
true.
abilities of it. That you can't parry in this one, though. They took away parrying, and I can understand why they did that, but I do miss it. But they replaced it with something called focus attacks instead, which they're pretty neat. You just hit both mids, mid punch and mid kick, and you'll absorb an attack and pretty much counter with one of your own.
Yeah.
And if you charge it fully, it becomes an unblockable focus attack.
Yeah, it's really neat because, while, say, Mr. Inubito is whooping up on me, I can be taking those hits, but I'm prepping my own hit for it.
Yeah, exactly.
So while I'm taking damage, my hit can still come through if I let go. And if I can pull all the way through, I'm going to knock his ass out because I just pulled off a full focus attack, which is kind of neat. Mm-hmm. And adds a little bit more, especially if you're a really heavy blocker, it's a new way to go. Okay, while you're still taking damage, you at least dish them out, not just eternal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They also have things like there's also EX moves, which are a different.
I'm so happy they kept EX moves. I love EX moves.
My only one problem with EX moves, and this is just because I suck right now, is I'll be trying to pull off a super move and I'll use the EX instead.
Well, you gotta practice, son.
Yeah, I know. I gotta practice.
So Inubito, what are EX decks?
Well, EX moves are super special editions compared to normal special moves. Instead of just hitting one button, you can hit more than one button, either 2 or 3, and you'll unleash a more powerful version of that special move. For example, Chun-Li's helicopter kick. You'll go across the screen and do some damage, but if you EX it, she stays in one place and helicopter kicks, and it'll do more damage.
While glowing yellow.
All EX attacks make you glow yellow,
Yes.
so you can know, oh shit, I pulled off an EX attack.
Another version of this would be fireballs. You can EX fireball and it'll count for 2 hits instead of 1. Things
So
like
if
that.
they throw a regular fireball, it'll only cancel one of those, and the others will still probably hit them.
Yes.
Now, how do you fill up your EX?
By beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, basically. you have four bars on the bottom of your screen there, and when you fill one up, you fill up an EX slot. You can either save all 4 for a super combo, or you can use 1 bar for an EX move.
And whether it's worth it or not to save or use right away is up to how you play as a player and what you're comfortable with, pretty much.
And there's also ultra combos.
Yes, the ultra combos.
The
thing everyone cries about.
How do you use those, and why do people cry about them?
People cry about them because they think they do too much damage, but you have to realize that they're a little more complicated to pull off, and you have to be in certain situations to actually hit something with them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
while there is a meter that fills up while you're beating on people, there's also a meter that fills up as you get beat on.
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's the revenge meter. And the more your revenge meter is filled up, the more damage you will end up doing with the super combo. And I think Lee just asked how you pull those off. Usually, it varies per character, but usually it's a motion of one of their special moves twice, and all 3 punches and all 3 kicks.
What about the Ultra combo? How is that different from the Super combo?
It's generally the same. Instead of all 3 punches or all 3 kicks, it'll use the motion twice in 1 button or the motion twice in 2 buttons. Once again, it varies from character to character.
I better study up so I can...
And it's neat because whenever you press when you pause the menu while you're playing the game, you can bring up the move list for every character you've unlocked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which will tell you how to do everything. And one of the neat things about this game is that they will show you everything. They've got a very intensive training mode where you can set the opponent to do whatever you want them to do while you test moves on them.
Yeah.
And there's also a challenge mode.
Which can really teach you some neat shit.
Which has all sorts of different ways of challenging yourself, including one which pretty much shows you all like the combos and moves of the game.
It teaches you how to cancel. It teaches you... It starts off very basic, showing you basic moves specific to the character, and then the special moves. Then it tells you how to cancel, and then it tells you combos and canceling, and it's actually really hard once you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it.
And what canceling is, I believe, is when you start one move and immediately move into another move before you finish the first move.
Right. That's correct.
Like, what a lot of people don't quite realize is that Street Fighter is way deeper than you might think it is. Because while you can just throw down on buttons and just, wail on other people, when you get really into it, there's a whole nother world that you can, use. And
Who let Disney in here? Yeah, Street Fighter is very tactical. You have to memorize, like, if you really want to get into it, I know some of the more hardcore players analyze each frame of the character, and they can tell you which frame this character is vulnerable at in the actual character animation. I don't do that, but I know lots of people who do.
And what's neat about Street Fighter 4 is they wanted an updated look for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And
boys, they get it.
Well, what they decided to do was they would render everything in 3D, polygons and everything, and did a very really neat, almost cel-shaded cartoon style to it, which while it still is very Street Fighter, it still looks very HD, high def, rendered, neat look to it. But while the look is fully 3D, the gameplay is still very much 2D hitboxes.
Yeah.
The same way they've built Street Fighters the entire time previously.
It's definitely not EX. It's a ton better than EX, actually.
And now people who didn't want to get into the series because they're like, man, it's sprites, man, it's not good enough, are now like, okay.
Yeah.
Not addressing anyone in particular, of course.
Of course not.
But for those, that are graphics whores, well, guess what? Now you got the gameplay and, the graphics. And while Street Fighter, 4 has all these, in-depth moves, you don't have to know all these in-depth stuff to have a good time.
Mm.
Especially if you and your friend you're playing both don't know it. If one of you knows it, you may get your ass kicked a lot.
I'd never do something like that.
No, never. No, you wouldn't fight us for like several hours and go, okay, well now it's time to unleash my true power! And then, kick our asses for the next 20 minutes.
I only busted up to like level 3 on you guys. It's okay.
How many levels you got?
9,000.
Why do we let him out this?
I don't have over 9,000. I just have 9,000.
Just 9,000.
Just 9,000.
Just 1,000. I'll have to get you up to at least like 500. I don't know.
You need practice, man. Both of you need to practice.
I've been practicing. What are you talking about?
Damn it, Lee. Back away when you sweep.
I got in a tournament and he gave me some advice. All of it was very good. I only followed one point because I have this habit of, but after I knock someone down, I'm like, I gotta go stick on them, and then when they get up, hit them again, but they'll get up and dragon punch me and I'll be screwed.
Yes.
Although,
That's hard to watch.
No, Capcom does some complaints. Why in the world is characters like Sakura and Cammy,
Unlockables.
Unlockables.
Oh my god, why isn't Dan straight up available? Come on.
No, I was bored the other day. It was reading a history of Dan.
Mm-hmm.
most of the games that Dan are in that aren't like SNK type games, he's unlockable.
Really?
Like in a lot of the games, he starts off as an unlockable character. He's not actually an opening cast.
I know he's in alpha. I'm not really familiar with what other games he's in, but
He's the king of fighters.
In a sense,
Psycho.
but man, this one, Dan, you have to unlock Sakura just to be able to unlock Dan.
Yeah.
So
Which-
he's a second tier unlockable.
Well, it makes sense as they technically go to the same dojo that Dan founded. And then she sort of goes there more to hang out than to actually learn anything.
Yeah.
Dan's dojo of anything goes martial arts, except
It's like
the
Psycho or something
It's
like that.
Psycho.
Psycho.
Saikyo.
except Hadokens don't really go there very well.
Well,
That is against Hadouken. Oh, man.
Oh
How to do? Oh.
man, oh that's okay. I hear some men have that problem.
Premature
Yeah.
Hadouken?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but but some of these characters, I understand Akuma, I understand Goken, and I understand Seth. Stupid Seth.
Oh, I
Fuck
hate
Seth.
Seth. Seth,
Fuck
you are
Seth.
a dick. You are a huge penis.
It was like, oh, how can we make a boss character that'll be the most annoying boss character in the history of boss characters?
His name will be Seth.
Each name will be Seth,
Man,
and he'll have a stupid ending thing for his stomach.
Abel was kind of shitty to play against, but fuck Seth. Fuck Seth.
I noticed Fable can be kind of a pain. Rufus can be a real pain.
Mm.
Zangief can be a beast.
Yeah.
But there's nothing annoying like a man named Seth. No offense to all those other Seths out there, but this Seth... Seth is a disgrace to
I'll
Seth
walk
everywhere.
behind you and grab you, throw you in the air.
Yes,
There's not a goddamn
exactly.
thing you can do.
Yes. He's got this EX Zangief... That's the other thing. He's not an original character. He's an amalgamation of every other character, because he steals others' data. I call it Capcom being lazy about their last boss.
Yeah, for real. He could do the long arm thing like a Dalsim. He could do, Sonic Boom.
With one arm.
Yep.
He's like, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom.
He could do Zangief's crazy,
Pile
pile
driver.
drivers.
Yep.
And he could, warp behind you, kick you in the air, pile drive
He's
you.
got the Yoga Teleport of Dalsim,
Yep.
and he's got a Dragon Punch, and they're
Yeah.
all faster than the originals, and they're all stronger.
And the Dragon Punch hits, a bunch of times.
And he's always EXs that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even on easiest, he is a pain to fight.
I almost wonder if he's even any easier on easiest in comparison to, easy or something.
He
He
is.
is.
Really?
He's still a bitch, but yeah, he is.
And some of the unlocks are kind of crazy to do. Like Akuma, where you have to get, perfects and ultra finishers. And
Akuma is 2 perfects and 2 ultra finishers, and you can't lose a round. You have to not use any continues.
and that's through the entire session
That
of the game.
includes Seth.
Yeah.
You can't continue with Seth. You have to beat him in 1 round too.
And oof, I don't want to think about doing that.
I did it once.
And then
It was awesome.
I can't believe you did it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the game was lame. And
Yeah. Street Fighter 8 my save. Right after I unlocked Akuma.
Hey guys, if anybody else out there is playing Street Fighter 4, and we hope you are, if this happens to you, let us know, or if you've heard of any of this, because we want to know what the shit's up with this.
more importantly, in case you haven't noticed yet, on the sidebar on our website, there's these gamer tags.
Yeah, holla at us.
Yo,
Challenge us.
give us some challenges. Let's fight. Let's throw down. I want to get my ass whooped by our fans. That'll be awesome.
I want to know some fans' asses. The young, supple asses of the female fans. That'd be
Ooh.
awesome. In Chun-Li outfits.
Yes.
Just saying.
I concur.
And hope to God they're not 14.
Damn it, Basil, that's the risk I gotta take. That's the risk.
You have to apologize. It's 1:30 in the morning right now, and
Sex.
Indestructible.
Yeah, so what was up with the like the Backstreet Boys,
I don't
like doing
get
the
it.
opening theme or something? Like,
I didn't think it was all that bad.
it started to grow on me, which kind of scares me.
What's wrong
What?
with it?
It sounds like a boy band.
It doesn't
singing
sound like a fighting game theme song to me, man. I think if you're going to be able to do a fighting game, I think you should bust out some metal or something like that.
Yeah,
There's-
I like Third Strike's.
Third Strike's hip hop was
Yeah.
awesome.
like that. And that was different. It was, something special. And while Street Fighter 4, stage music isn't bad, but that opening theme, man,
It gets to you.
it does. And
It's not a bad song. It's a poppy little song. I just don't think it fits well in Street Fighter.
But I'll give you that.
And sadly, it's growing on me. And one day I'm going to come out and go, wow, I like this song.
Indestructible. Do, 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 do.
And one day me and James are going to like bust out and draw on music band, and our first thing's going to be cover of it. And we're going to hate ourselves. But
We'll be indestructible, the band.
I'll be there to throw tomatoes
And
So-
panties.
and pan. Oh,
Got you.
ah!
So we've been talking about Street Fighter. Well, Street Fighter not for a while, but been talking for over an hour now. So, how awesome is Street Fighter 4?
It's like an EX Shoryuken of awesome times 10 million.
Worth the wait of 9 years. Awesome.
It is like this is it's good when you bust open the game and go, oh man, you're playing, you're like, I'm back home, but it's a new home, it's a shinier home,
Yes.
and you got some different appliances than you're used to.
That's exactly what it is. It's just it's new, but it's familiar. And I don't know. For me, I recently got in. I didn't get into fighting games until Third Strike was a couple of years old, and it's kind of nice to have something new that I'm already all into the fighting game genre about. And a bunch of our friends have started recently getting into it.
Yeah.
So it's something new to have everyone on a level playing field and practice and play with each other. And it's a lot of fun.
And why I like Soul Calibur 4 a lot? There's nothing quite like playing a good game of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. I felt that way back when I was in middle school and grade school with Street Fighter, 2 on my Super Nintendo.
Oh, I played that like nobody's business.
Where I would go to my friend's house, because I don't want the game, and we'd grab our controllers and play for hours on end.
Well, it's like you were saying earlier. Street Fighter is a deep game, whether you realize it or not. I mean, there's a lot to it.
But I felt like, it's happening again,
Yeah.
I'm playing this game for hours on end. We'll go to our anime club and go, there's anime, but we can go play Street Fighter. We showed what quite possibly might be the best episode of Akibara Deep, and I'm like, Lee, you must come watch this.
I'm like, no.
It's got zombies, and no, he's like, no, I'm gonna play Street Fighter. And I really couldn't yell at him for it because it's Street Fighter 4, and was it any other show, I'd be right there too.
You were bitter.
A little bit. Dombie.
I'll watch it sometime.
You know what else we are?
What?
Out.
I didn't even get a chance to do my freaking, how many awesomes out of awesomes.
Okay, do your fucking awesome out of awesomes quickly. Ending theme is playing right now. Do it.
Go off. Well, now I'm getting, what's at me, and, I don't know, it's freaking awesome. Whatever, let's go.
This OSMcast was brought to you by a grant from the Cheat and viewers like you.
And Jamal the Cheater.
Yes, and Jamal the Cheater.
Fucking Johnny Five Pod.
We salute you, sir.
Good night.